Hello and welcome back, Commanders and Commanderettes. Chesty Puller here with a video on the Sentinel 100 token bases for free repair. This is an updated video. I did another one earlier this morning and I didn't have very much time. I just quickly did it because I've been wanting to make a video on this and I made a couple of mistakes. I didn't deploy properly. It was still a free repair video. I had to end attack a couple of times, so I thought I would do another one real quick. So I deploy my Roland, and then I set up some technicals on either side of the Roland, 3 on each side. And the reason I do this is because there's a lot of producers coming out for barracks that are producing arcolites, and then there's a war factory that's producing purifiers, and so you've got a steady stream of produced units that just keep coming and coming, and they're of course always on aggressive when they're produced like that, so they will just come after whatever you've got sitting there. If you've got a hero, then like I've got my Roland here, then they'll go for the Roland. That's one of the things when they're on this aggressive stance. They go for the hero sometimes they'll go for a purifier or a hammer. So that's important to learn which units that they'll go after, so that you can use those units to draw them out and set up an ambush for them. You see my technicals that are just sitting there on either side, they're not getting shot at all. So that's the trick there. So here comes another purifier, and that's the reason I have 2 sets of 3 technicals on either side, because the 6 technicals can take care of the purifier, and then they can take care of their individual arcolites that are coming out after them. Now I found that with these Valiants, that the best thing to do is to run away, hit them several times, because they've got the ability to shoot you once they target you, even if they're turning around or going away, just like your Jericho. They shoot similar to a Jericho. Their shots will hit you, and their shots have splash damage. So if they hit one of your vehicles, you will have damage to multiple of your vehicles if you're in a tight configuration like I am. So far I haven't taken any damage from anything other than the arcolites, which that is odd because that doesn't usually happen. I usually get away from the arcolites no problem. See, sometimes you have to hit him 3 or 4 times. So the strategy is to keep everything else busy while you go around and take out the 4 Valiants, and then go ahead and kill the producing barracks. Once that's done, you're pretty much set up to come in with air and take out not the center part of the base. The center part of the base, that circle in the center, is going to be the last attack, but we're going to pretty much take out the outskirts of the base now, and these purifiers and chaplains on the outside. What I like to do is hit the corner of the 4 bunker and tower locations, the very corner, and not any closer than the corner, because there is seekers and there's also hunters inside, so watch out for your air. Don't get too close to this center portion. So I just like to go around and open up all 4 of these either bunkers or towers, and the reason for that is then I can end attack and I don't have to deal with killing all of those defenders inside the bunkers. So I got hit here a couple of times, but it is very, very minor, and it was all free repair, so a little bit tedious sometimes to take those things out, but when you're looking at 15 minutes damage as opposed to free damage, it's worth it. So we'll come back in here with air again, and I'm going to slowly attack these purifiers. You can't take them out with one hit unless you draw them out with a war dog or something like that. On these corners here, you'll notice that you can get much closer. On the opposite corner, on these corners here, the corners next to those, you do not want to get in close on these. That's why you'll notice I'm shooting the wall. I am not shooting inside that main area. I'm shooting the wall, killing the turrets with the splash damage that comes with the Furies. And I'm taking my time to make sure that I damage the purifiers. It takes about 3 shots, in my experience. It takes about 3 shots to kill the purifiers, and so I don't need to kill them in 1 shot, but it's easier if you get them while they're out. They start to move in and defend themselves and protect themselves as they move in, and you can't go in that far because of the Seekers and the Hunters. And you'll see that this is actually a pretty great way. Almost no consequences here, unless you go in further than the wall. If you go in further than the wall, you'll probably lose a bunch of Furies, because those Seekers have the ability to shoot multiple targets with their splash damage. So here I'm going to bring a War Dog in and see if I can pull these almost dead purifiers out, but I got everything got distracted by these 2 purifiers which had been produced by the War Factory. By the time I get done killing these, another one will probably be produced. Yep, here we come. Third one. And another one. This War Factory, I haven't seen them produce that quickly. That was like 4 or 5 in a very short period of time. That thing was really pumping them out. So the War Factory is obtainable by your technicals. Pardon me. It's within range is what I mean. But I like to use Nyx. Now, you can't use a Fury because your Fury will get targeted by one of the Seekers and you'll get damaged. But Nyx has a unique ability to even get targeted and somehow not get hit. I've seen it happen, and I don't understand it exactly, but I do know that Nyx can get the red target on her from either the Hunters or the Furies if she's retreating and it doesn't seem to be able to get her. The red target will go away. It's the only unit that I know of that once you get the red target, that the red target goes away. Alright, so here I'm using shock, and it looks like it didn't work all the way. I missed that far Vindicator. And that Vindicator won't do too much damage to your technicals, but I don't mind using an extra shock missile. For me, my reserves in thorium are always full, so it's not a problem for me to use a shock missile. It's not expensive like a Maverick. So that's how I do these, and you'll see, basically, no damage. I took a couple of hits earlier, but I'd already gone back and repaired that. Those were all free repair, and right now, leaving the base, there is no repair. Just the 2 missiles. Normally, I can do that with 1 missile, but that time it didn't shock everything perfectly. If it wasn't lined up exactly right. So getting that lined up perfectly will come with experience. You'll figure that out in a couple of tries. I hope this was helpful. You guys have a good one out there. See you next time.